This has become, unfortunately, a tradition and one of my least favorite videos to make of the year, every single year, because it involves destroying people's feelings during the holidays. And I mean, I love football trash talk. It's not really my goal to hurt people's feelings all the time, but if I hurt somebody's feelings in September because of some football trash talk, fine. It really does kind of bother me to have to hurt this many feelings here at the holiday season. And again, the fact that this is a tradition now on this channel at this time of year every year is another thing that really pisses me off. Let me see how I want to. If you quit something, you're a quitter. Now, quitting can be good or bad, depending on the circumstances and what you're talking about, right? Now, if I describe a circumstance in a situation that involves someone quitting, and a bunch of people get upset and feel the need to defend the person or people that I'm talking about, well, then you must think that they need defending. And I don't know who needs defending that hasn't done something you think is wrong. I quit drinking over 4 years ago. Yay! I'm a quitter. Whee! You won't see me running around trying to convince people that even though I quit drinking, I didn't quit. Of course I quit! It's the literal definition. If you are on a football team, I can't believe I have to explain this on a second grade level, but like I said, this video is a tradition every year at this time, and I see the same responses over and over. So I'm now at the point where I have to rebut the responses I know I'm going to get after the video. I have to rebut that during the video. If you're on a team and the team has games left to play, and you choose not to play in those games, you have quit. Now, you may think that's fine, and it's okay if you think that's fine. You know, oh, well, you know, this is the reason, and this is why, and this is what went into their thought process. Great. You just told me all the reasons why they quit, but they still quit. And again, I don't know why people feel the need to defend something that they don't see anything wrong with. If someone tells me chocolate ice cream is good, I'm not going to spend an hour defending that because I agree. Chocolate ice cream is good and there's nothing wrong with saying that. If you are on a football team and there's games left to play and you choose not to play in those games, listen to me. You quit. You quit. The reason is irrelevant. The reason that someone quits something doesn't change the definition of the word quit. Okay? But the bowl game doesn't matter, Lou. It was playoffs or bust for this team. Why did these players play in the Missouri game? See, when you start accepting that you're perfectly fine with players quitting because the games left don't mean anything, Basically what you're saying is, God forbid Georgia ever starts 2-2. What's the point of playing the last 8 games? They don't mean anything. You play the games that are left to play because you're part of the team. They could get hurt. I know. And you never want to see that, ever. They could have got hurt in the Missouri game. They could have got hurt in the South Carolina game. They could have got hurt way back in week 1 in the Arkansas game. They could have got hurt in practice in the offseason. They could get hurt in practice at the Senior Bowl. Mind blown. Monty Rice is playing in the Senior Bowl, so why? Why is he playing in the Senior Bowl? What if he gets hurt and doesn't get drafted? I don't know. What if he, what if he's walking down the street tomorrow and a piano falls on his head? You don't want anybody to get hurt. We all know every time they strap it on and go out there on the field, they're taking the chance to get hurt. We hate that. We don't ever want to see that. But it can happen anytime. Can't play in this game, might get hurt. I don't know. I just don't think you live your life that way. You're a football player. Football players play football. And I don't like to see these players quitting. That's what they're doing. They're quitting. You can agree with the reason. That's fine. Again, I understand the reasons. I know why. They're quitting because they think they're going to get drafted and make it to the NFL, and they don't want to play in this game. They'd rather start training for the NFL, avoid the risk involved with this bowl game. I understand all of the reasons. Again, that doesn't change the definition of the word quit. And no, I don't agree with it. And I'm not going to change my mind. This all started about 5 years ago with Josh Rosen out in the Pac-12. Where was he at? UCLA? He was the first one to do this about 5 years ago. And he got hammered coast to coast by the media, fans from coast to coast, fans all in my comment section. Luke, are you going to do a video on Josh Rosen? He's quitting his team, not playing in a bowl game. He was the first one to do it. And all these fans now who are lined up, telling me to shut up about players quitting on their team, they were the first ones in line to beat Josh Rosen over the head with a hammer. But that's the problem with a lot of people. They're hypocrites. They don't apply their own principles when their own team is involved or when people they like are involved. So yeah, they'll bash Josh Rosen 5 years ago for quitting and not playing in his bowl game, but fast forward a couple of years to when somebody on their team quits and all of a sudden they find a different perspective. That ain't me, Jack. If I feel a certain way, it doesn't matter to me what team the players are a part of. So Monty Rice and DJ Daniel quit. I'm not making that up. They literally quit. Again, quit is not necessarily a bad thing. So the fact that I say they quit, and that's all I say. I make a post or a tweet. DJ Daniels and Monty Rice quitting on their team, their fans, their teammates, their school. 100 people. Oh, look at this idiot. Never played down. He wants these people to get hurt for his enjoyment. They put in their time. They deserve. On and on and on. Yes, I know all that. I know all that. That doesn't change the definition of the word quit. They are quitting. And no, I don't like it. All you got to do is look at college football over the last 10 years. Just look at where things are heading, and I don't like it. I don't like it. College football is one of, if not the most popular sports in America for a reason. And it's not because players quit if the game doesn't mean anything. Again, what are you going to do when it gets to the point where halfway through a season, if a team's got 3 losses, their players just quit playing because the rest of the games are meaningless? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when your team starts out 2-2 and you got somebody you know is getting drafted in the first round and says, you know what? Since the rest of these games are meaningless, I'm just not going to play anymore. This is where it's headed. This is where it's headed. I don't like it. I love Monty Rice. I love DJ Daniel. Tre Mckitty, I guess, is another one. I love these guys. I wish them nothing but the best in the NFL. I also wish nothing but for the best in the NFL for the other 30 guys on Georgia's team or whatever it is that are leaving after this year, but have made the grown-up decision to play in the bowl game. You know, I don't know if it's how I was raised. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm 42 years old. I don't know what it is. I just, finish your obligation. Finish your obligation. That's all. That's how I feel. Again, it's their right. It's their choice. No one can make someone play college football. They can quit anytime they want to. They can quit after the first game and quit after the third game. They can quit right before the bowl game. That's their right. No one's going to take that right away from them. But I don't have to like it, and I don't like it. And this whole thing where people want to argue with me that they're not quitters is just insane. It's the literal definition. Again, just because someone quits does not automatically make that bad. You're assigning a negative connotation to the word quit. That's a you problem. Again, I quit drinking 4 years. This past September was 4 years ago. I quit drinking. Okay? That's great. That's not a bad thing. So if the fact that you think it's bad, I guess, that these people are quitting, I mean, I don't know. It's just like some sort of weird circular, I don't know what you're doing to yourself. It's weird to watch y'all talk in circles about it, though. It really is. Then you got a whole other group of people been calling Justin Fields a quitter for 2 years. Justin Fields quit on his team, packed his stuff, went to Ohio State, quit on UGA. Yeah. After the entire season was over, this guy even dressed out for the bowl game knowing good and damn well he wasn't getting in or playing. He knew he wasn't. He still waited until after the last game. I don't consider that quitting. You play the entire season and transfer, that's not a quitter. JT Daniels isn't a quitter just because he transferred from Southern Cal to Georgia. Stetson Bennett isn't a quitter just because he transferred from Georgia to a JUCO, then from a JUCO back to Georgia. Demetrius Robinson isn't a quitter just because he transferred from Cal to UGA. Those aren't quitters. Those people transferred after all the games of the season were played. They're transferers, not quitters. DJ Daniel and Monty Rice are quitting Georgia. They're done. They'll never play another game or down at Georgia. They're quitting the team. Now, everyone quits the team at some point, whether it's graduation, run out of eligibility, whatever. There'll be a lot more players that quit the team after the bowl game. Great. You finished all your games. Not DJ Daniel and Monty Rice, though. They can't be bothered to play this last bowl game. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Remember, your feelings do matter, but not to me. Happy holidays.